local residents, they were really hesitant. We came on the planning trip and they were very leery of us. They didn't trust us. We came with our orange shirts on, our hard hats on, our Project Ohio hard hats, and we came to work. And they saw that, and the trust started to really build. And when the trust started to build, the smiles started coming. And communication came, dialogue came. And so you had a huge communication barrier, but the one thing that there's never a barrier with is a smile. And there were lots of smiles.
The reason I volunteered for this project is we're given so much in the U.S. And I think it goes back to these people are our neighbor. They're further away, but just as much. They have the same needs, they have the same mortality, they have the same limits that we do, and they're missing the opportunity. That's why.
I volunteered because I wanted to make a difference and an impact on Las Tortugas and San Jorge. We have lots of opportunities back at home to make impacts in our communities, but this is a bigger impact. This is an impact on people's lives.
I volunteered because I knew it would be a life-changing experience, and that's what it has been the whole time.
The amount of sacrifice is fairly small compared to what lays on the other side of the scales, and that is real human lives in villages in rural Guatemala, in these little villages in Guatemala. And so these are real families. They're mothers and fathers that have little children. They're trying to figure out ways to feed them, ways to put clothes on their children. These are just people that were born into poverty, that have no way out of it. And all they're asking for is a way to help better themselves through flipping on a light switch, plugging something in an outlet that might be able to help ease the burdens in something else. And it's something that will actually change their lives forever. It'll change not only their lives forever, but it's going to change the generations forever. It gives hope. It offers hope. Electrification to these villages offers hope. And if you only knew what that means to these people, even though it might seem like a lot of sacrifice to you, that scale is not even going to come close to weighing out this other side.
What surprised me the most has been the gracious attitude and the warmth from the villagers in San Jorge and Las Tortugas. I mean, at the beginning we were outsiders, and within a couple of days it's like we're part of the village, because they know we're there to provide them something they've never had before, and more and more people are opening up every day.
The biggest surprise for me on this trip was how much we truly needed Emory and all of the electrical students to complete the task. As a lineman, we're very proud. We feel like coming down here, we can handle any task you give us. Just give us the material, give us the tools, give us the job scope, and turn us loose. And we did a good job of that. But I was very surprised in how much we needed and leaned on Emory as well as the students to complete the mission and the task at hand. And it was a great experience to be able to work with them, to blend the two workforces into one giant workforce that really ran like a pretty well-oiled machine.
When we turned the lights on that night, the little kids were, I think, in amazement, flipping the switches on and off, and I think those people really appreciate what we did. So that's the most memorable thing I'll take away from this.
The electrification was awesome. I mean, you got a village that has been seeking electricity for over 20 years. I believe that's what these villages were seeking. San Jorge had given up hope for electrification. Las Tortugas, they desperately hoped for it, and they tried different things and nothing worked. So to see the lights come on, to see the community light up, and to see the people come alive at night was amazing. These guys came and they understood it wasn't about them. They came and they worked in extreme heat. They came and they climbed. These guys, a lot of them don't climb hardly ever, but yet they climbed every day, time and time again. There was no complaints. There was no complaints about the heat. People worked through it. They needed water. They needed things to work through because it was tough. But This team did things for the right reason. This team represented our co-ops very well down here in Guatemala. This is a group that will never forget each other.
When you get here and you see how these people live, number one, it will humble you. It will bring you back a couple steps and understanding how fortunate and how grateful we are to have what we have in our everyday lives, in our careers, at our co-ops, the kind of resources that we have at our disposal. And when you come down here and you get to see what they do, and the thing is, they're happy. They're happy with so much less than we have. And sometimes, you get in a rut of life where you just become ungrateful at times. Something like this, though, will fill you again with gratefulness, and it'll fill you with a desire to want to give everything you have to the project through its entirety. So all in all, it is a wonderful opportunity, a wonderful experience.
I would definitely say yes again and again to these projects, even as much as sacrifice as it takes. Absolutely love it. It is these villagers, they are in such need for electrification among with so many other things, and it's something really small that we can do. It's minor sacrifice in the scheme of things.